Hey there gamers, Dreamcastguy here, and today we're talking about Avowed, because the next big Xbox game is set to be released in February, and the entire internet, every gamer, every blog, every viral post is saying, we gotta boycott it. This game must flop. The developers hate us. I mean, all sorts of stuff, and I want to discuss because I do feel like people are slightly off base. And I want to talk about that because I do think the game is not looking good, but people's anger to me is slightly odd. Let me explain. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So, I've spent the last 48 hours offline, right? I've been spending time with family and friends. Me and the bros got together on Thanksgiving and we got a bunch of turkey and we decided to beat Silent Hill 1. I don't know why, but man, was that a blast. So when I plugged back in, I was surprised to see that a fresh batch of Avowed previews has now hit to the internet. And a lot of this stuff to me just doesn't look that good. I mean, it looks fine. I think it's interesting that you can have all sorts of different weapons. Apparently there's guns, there's maces, there's all sorts of stuff. But my big problem is that, honestly, the characters, the graphics, the art looks horrendous. Look at this character. My lord, what an ugly son of a gun. But when I scrolled down to the comments, two things really struck me, which is that it has an odd amount of dislikes, and everybody's saying something about this skill up video is suspicious. A lot of times he'll compliment a game like, I liked Dragon Age Veilguard when I was previewing it, and then I hated it when I reviewed it. Or here, the complimentary dialogue in this video doesn't quite match what my eyeballs are seeing. What a strange one. So the reason I feel like a lot of this hate is happening is because I keep seeing this name over and over again. Look at this. This video has double the dislikes that it does likes. And everybody keeps saying, Matt Hansen, you saved us $70. Matt Hansen ensured I would not buy this game. No matter what your politics are, I think we can agree that art director Matt Hansen's behavior in recent days is nothing but embarrassing. I feel bad for his colleagues and the studio more than anything. So I wanted to look it up. I wanted to see what this art director Matt Hansen's posts over on Blue Sky, why they managed to piss off the internet. So I've talked about this, but there have been released tens of thousands of games now, right? I feel like the gaming landscape is bigger, it's more profitable, there's better games in a lot of circumstances coming out than ever before. Whether you love Stellar Blade or Call of Duty or Metaphor Fantasio, there's a lot of very, very crazy cool games out there. And I feel like that extreme amount of bloat, that massive amount of games coming out, is making it so that it's a lot harder to get positive attention or negative attention. But once you get negative attention, that's all people are going to talk about with your game. At least I feel like that. So the fact that this guy is basically saying, good, I want to make the gamers mad, this feels like a colossal mistake. But what is it he said that was so bad? So this guy Grums is this big account on Twitter that's constantly trying to hunt down woke. Anything that has characters he thinks are woke or dialogue or options, he basically tweets about how woke every game is, right? I'm drawing a line. I am rejecting any game that has pronouns in it. And for you grammar Nazis, you know what I mean. Stop being stupid. So it's a screenshot from a video called I've Played 20 Hours of Vault. And it says he, him here on the character sheet. Having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable. Now, let me just be clear. I will never care about pronouns in a video game, right? I've mentioned this. I spent almost 10 years working at a bookstore. I've worked with a ton of trans people. A lot of my friends are trans. A lot of my friends are gay. And a lot of my friends that are trans love role-playing games because it's you playing a role. So they do like the idea that they can make themselves. As character creators get more accurate, they can make it perfectly look like their face, their voice, their intentions. And that to me is cool. So when people are like, no, I don't want pronouns in games, that to me just seems silly, especially because, I don't know, man, games have had pronouns forever, right? You could be trans in Saints Row, freaking 20 years ago. There's trans characters in Dragon Age Inquisition 12 years ago. I mean, I don't know. Even then, I just feel like pronouns in general, to me, it's a battle that I feel like people are too focused on. But even then, this is the problem. Elon Musk is the biggest, most powerful, richest dude on the planet, right? If this guy is harping on your game, the last thing you should do is throw gasoline on the fire. Here is my problem. If you want to put trans video people in games, that's great. That's fine, right? I did see he had some other statements that were a little bit more spicy. I don't even want to go into those ones, where he said something apparently along the lines of, I don't want to hire white people. I genuinely don't want to get into that because, my God, that was the stupidest thing you could ever possibly say. But anyways, this is the main thing. I want so badly to make him mad with my game, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Why would you say this? Look, I don't like Avowed. I think the Avowed game does not look very good and a lot of the raw gameplay of it, but why would you say I have been making this game to make you mad? To the richest man on the planet who owns one of the biggest social medias on the planet, why would you say that? Just wait until you see the default, you sad little shit. This is a psychotic thing to say. Genuinely, I feel like this guy has just genuinely hurt this game so bad. A lot of the replies are like, bro, you just killed the game. Can't you keep political ideologies and racism out of the game? Yeah, bud, you're going to be looking for a new job. Hey, genius, stop trying to make the main character you guys are competing with, Monster Hunter Wilds and Kingdom Come, Deliverance. Now is not the time to be taking pot shots on behalf of the company. Yeah, buddy, you are mentally ill. Don't forget to take your crazy pills. By the way, you just killed your game. Oh God, what else did he say here? It's deeply surreal to have the world's richest, shittiest boy whine about something I'm making. I'm quite frankly giddy. I cannot think of a single person in the world I'd rather irritate. Why would you say this while making a big, expensive game? Anyway, Avowed comes out February 18th next year. Give it a whirl if you aren't afraid of the woke mind virus. I'll be honest, I don't like the term woke mind virus. I don't like all the people who scream about woke all day long. I'm just the type of person, I want people to make the games that they want to make. That's always been my thing. If you want to make a character as gay people in your game or whatever, just make the games you want. Clearly, this is the game they want to make, so I'm fine with it. And also, all their previous games have had crazy, cool stuff in it. I mean, obviously, Pillars of Eternity, everything. New Vegas, everything. So the fact that they're deciding to be as vitriolic as possible, to me, this feels like such a terrible, terrible, terrible distraction because now this is all people are talking about. Now, can we be real? The reason I think Avowed sucks is because it's going to run at 30 FPS. It sounds like it's actually going to have dips. The game's probably going to run at 20 FPS. People are saying that, yeah, it might be about 35 hours to beat the game, 60 hours for a full playthrough. That's pretty good. I'm mad about stuff like this. I think Avowed should have harder talks. Like, my problem is when people scream about the woke mind virus, I feel like we stop looking at other problems, right? Hey, early access is $20 on a $70 game. So $90 if you want to play this early, that's pretty crappy. Oh, wait, a lot of the characters look incredibly ridiculous. Now, this is a custom character, but people keep posting this custom character because of how ridiculous it is. I've even seen people doing murals and stuff of it. My deal is this. Critique a game how you want. But I almost feel like the constant calling of every game is woke and bad, I feel like it drowns out the more laser-focused criticisms. It lets people hand-wave it away, right? Actually critique parts of the game that you feel like need to be improved. Bad graphics, bad performance, bad art, bad gameplay, bad writing, stuff like that. But when people say, woke, 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 I feel like it just becomes white noise. I mean, people have called Space Marine 2 woke, Baldur's Gate 3 woke, when it just every single game is woke. Every game is anti-woke. You know, I get tired of that stuff because I feel like, honestly, it just feels like we stop talking about the games. I want to talk about the games. I want to say the gameplay is good. A lot of these people, when they're screaming about woke all day long, they never say if the game is fun to play. That's my beef. But that's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think about Avowed? What do you think about the anger and backlash around it? That's just my thoughts. Hopefully people don't get too pissed, but I don't know. That's just my thought. I feel like people hand wave away so much stuff instead of actually digging into the nitty gritty about why it is good or why it sucks. I think I already saw a bunch of people trying to say that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be woke. Red Dead Redemption 2 is woke. I mean, every game is woke. We got it. It's bizarre to me, but I love you guys very much. Hopefully you had a good holiday. I'm sure some of you guys are still traveling, but hope you have a good one. Love you a bunch, and please keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.